I went between, and it was flanked by Mark's blue dragon and my gold dragon, who I was on. I was also given a cloak, an invisibility cloak, by Archangel Michael before I got on Guillee. What I don't understand is we flipped for a very long time, and then we went through a very long wormhole. And we're pausing right now. I'm still in the dark. I'm still in the wormhole. And what we've gotten so far is that this is a galaxy that Mark and I had never heard of, called Zedren. And it's basically Zedren. I asked if it went by another name. I got no. Guillee said we just got approval to move forward. We were waiting for authority by the Andromeda Council. Thankfully, I'm flanked by two very strong beings, and I have the invisibility cloak, and I trust in the Andromeda Council, because otherwise I'd be freaked out right by now, guys. The energy just does not feel good. It's almost like we're moving forward, but we're on a people mover, an escalator of some sort. And yet I still feel like we're in the wormhole. This is very strange, guys. I can tell you I've never experienced this before. How they keep doing that to me is beyond my understanding, but they do. They just keep doing it.
Yeah, I can feel the energy, and I definitely agree with you. It is unnerving. It's quite different than what we've experienced before. There is definitely a difference.
I have a gut feeling, but I'm going to wait to ask what it's about.
I think they will tell us when it's time.
All right. Okay, we're coming. I see light at the end of this tunnel. Hallelujah. We're still moving forward. It's almost, we're going through a pressure chamber, aren't we? Yes. We have to depressurize to be able to exist or just be in this environment. Wow. Okay. And we're in this bubble. Guillee is in a spacesuit. Wow. Mark, this didn't even happen when we were in that other universe on the not reptilian, mammalian, amphibian ship.
Yeah.
It was an amphibian ship.
Right.
We weren't even in this kind of a suit then. Whoa.
So is there a difference in this of the energy or the atmosphere here? And that's why
I'm not with him yet. We can't ask that yet. Okay. Hold on. Hold that question. Okay. I'm still in this bubble, and he's, like, pointing. There's a suit here. I'm holding it up. He's saying yes. I have to put one of these on. Shucks. Okay. Ooh, it's something like you would see this astronauts use.
Right.
It's silver.
I can see and feel
and
it.
A glass. Yes. Well, the other guys can't, Mark. I'm describing it for the listeners.
Okay.
Okay. It's like a bubble headpiece and silver suit. The dragons are staying here. Why did I need both of you to come along? I needed to help with the space and time and make sure Guillee slipped out in time. All right, thank you, Blue. Thank you. All right, how do I get out of here? He's literally plugged in with a cord. It's almost like a spacewalk, but we're in a spaceship. It's some kind of a docking station. I think it's a space station is where I'm at right now. All right, so I've got to get into this depressurizing thing so the dragons are okay. All right, I'm closing behind me so that he can get me out. And I'm taking his hand and coming out. I'm in weightlessness. Oh, goodness gracious. And he's attaching this to my back. He's connecting this, it's like this huge metal hook. It's connecting to something in the spaceship. Or spacesuit. Spacesuit. Okay. Now, this I never wanted to do. I never wanted to be someone who walks out in space kind of thing. I'm happy in the ship. Or on my dragon. So, all right. New and different. All right. I guess if the energy here didn't feel so dark, that's not the right word. The energy just feels so uneasy. I wouldn't be as unnerved by this. Okay. So he is, literally we're kind of swimming forward. He's kind of pulling me forward. Thank you for holding on, Guillee. I can't even talk to him yet. Hopefully we're going somewhere where we can talk. Oh. We're on the other side of the pod. And he's opening another pressure chamber for us to come into. And pulling me in. And I have to, okay. I'm holding on to this metal bar while he unhooks my cord. And then have to hook it outside of this so that it's there for the next person. Or to go back, actually. And how's he going to do? How are you doing yours? Oh, he's got a different hook to hold on to by the door, and he's unhooking his. It's really not the easiest thing to do with these huge gloves on, because you don't want to drop this thing. Okay, he got his. And I have to pull him back so he can close the door. Good Lord. It wouldn't be easy to do this by yourself. Okay. All right. We're standing now, depressurizing. And we've got to take the suits off here. And they're going into some kind of a chamber. I almost feel like they're being sanitized. Something's up. Something's up. All right. It's one of those mist and sprays that are kind of sanitizing us. Yikes.
Yeah, we've seen something a little bit different on other ships that we've been on before.
Yeah,
it's a little bit different.
This is different. Yeah.
The technology is a little bit different, but
I went through the mister when I was on the amphibian ship. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're stepping out now. Oh, thank God. Guillee's taking my hand and saying, "Are you okay?" I think so. That was unnerving. He said yes. Yes, it definitely can be unnerving, Karen. I realized this was very different for you. That's why we sent Blue as well to come and get you. All right. Thank you for working it out so that you could record this today. I want to just mention, everybody, it's March 28th, 2020. And Mark and I got this morning. We needed to record it this afternoon. So, yes, follow me. Mark, you had a question?
Yes. What is different about this galaxy and this planet where we are in relation to where Karen and I have been before? What is different about it energetically, consciously, and so forth?
There is an energy form that has destroyed most life on this planet. That's why the precautions to sanitize. We're bringing you here because of the pandemic that happened on this planet and what is being done to restore this planet. It's information to know how to support Earth right now. We are also doing a lot of work to understand how to prevent this on all planets. That is why Guillee told you that you will most likely not want to remember this galaxy or come back to this galaxy. The space station was set up to do testing, and it's been quite fascinating. I want to introduce you to some of the scientists so that they can give you some background knowledge, and you will know more about this. Okay.
All right. Okay. Are these scientists also familiar with what is going on the Earth right now?
Yes, they are. And that's why we felt it was important to bring you here. Otherwise, we would have never done this if you weren't in the middle of a global pandemic. Okay. So they have been here way before the situation on Earth, correct? When was this world destroyed? Is it the whole planet that was destroyed? Yes, it is. And we're working to contain it in this galaxy. This virus has connected itself to AI. And so that's why it's such a huge threat, because it is being manipulated by AI. So it is a dual threat and challenge. Once we understand it better, it will give us tremendous wisdom and knowledge on how to deal with both issues on other planets. Wow. That's a mouthful, isn't it, Mark? Okay.
Definitely. Well, as you know, whatever we can do to be of service to support this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have a question. Was this a third world planet, like a second, third world planet when this hit? Yes. Did it hit during their time of ascension or before? Before. The advantage Earth has right now is that AI hasn't connected to the virus, and you're in a transition already to ascension. So there are a lot of light workers holding the frequency, plus all the support you're getting from the Andromeda Council and other councils and higher density beings. This planet, unfortunately, didn't have that. And we want to learn as much as we can so this never happens again. Understood. Understood. I got to tell you, the energy feels so much better inside the space station than it did getting here or crossing that, I don't even know what to call it, getting to the space station.
Right.
Yeah.
Later in this
barrier.
Yeah, right.
It's called an outer barrier, they're saying. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, later in this recording, I don't feel it's right this moment, but follow up from our last recording and where we are now. So we can go over that in a little bit when we're done.
Right now, it's important for you to talk with one of our group of our scientists are together to speak with you. All right, we're heading into a lab. The space station is a decent size. I get the feeling that it's more the size of a spaceship, not a mothership. It's not that large. And it may be a little smaller than some of the ships we've been on, interestingly. We don't want to put a lot of people in this environment, in the dangers of this environment. So, Karen, that is why I'm the only one here with you today. We're not having anybody else from the Andromeda Council. But these scientists work with us and they transport their data and findings. Transmit is the word I want. Transmit their findings to us. So we have been keeping up with them. I'm kind of glad to be here and get an update in person. I am to report back to several meetings after this. So it worked out for me to meet you here, for us to meet here. Okay, he's introducing me to the scientist who's shaking his head. I can tell you I see multiple different alien beings here, or different species, extraterrestrial species in this room. This particular one, there's one who is humanoid, and then some others that are not humanoid. And I'm bowing in a namaste gesture, and they are doing the same in return. The voice is coming through a vocal transmitter. It's being interpreted for me. It's like a radio speaker that it's coming through. Hold on, I need a drink. Hello. Thank you for coming to see us. We have some information that we'd like to share with all of you. In no way do we want this information to come across as something to disempower Earth or create more fear. We're sharing this information in a means to uplift Earth and empower you to move through the situation that you're in right now. We've been keeping up with reports of what is happening. And what is going on your planet has happened on other planets. So we're well aware of the type of situation, the type of virus, how it's being transported between species, between people, transport system in the cells, and what is happening in the person's body and in the global thought process. I hope I'm getting this correctly. Guillee, please share with me if I'm not understanding this correctly. I will. Karen, you're doing good. Okay, I'd like to show you something. He's pulling up a screen and he's showing me the images of the COVID-19 virus that we've all seen with the little, I believe they're called H factors. It's the little prongs on the virus that attach to our cells. They're receptors that attach to the receptor sites on our cells. And now he's showing me the virus that was on this planet. And Guillee, are the receptor sites there? I don't see the receptors. No, they're not. So where's the comparison? Watch. He's putting a filter up on the computer, and now I see the spikes. So why are they invisible? That's what AI did. AI made them invisible, so this planet couldn't even figure out how they were attaching to the cell. We know for Earth that these T receptors are the way they're connecting to your cells. So that's how we know that AI is not involved in this virus at this time. That's good news. Yes, it's very good news. This is containable. He's pointing to COVID. This is a containable situation. We know how to work with this. We know how to combat it. This one, we still don't have a solution to, other than to create a filtration system to be able to see the receptors. It wasn't until we did that that we could see how it was attaching. Unfortunately, the planet, the species that was here on this planet, a type of humanoid, but not completely like you. They had different genetics, so it affected them differently than what you're going through. But enough similarities happened that we can look at these two scenarios and realize what we're dealing with and what we're not dealing with. The good news is there's no hidden factors with what you're dealing with. The good news is that even though you have AI on your planet, it was not designed to work with that, nor has the virus mutated in that direction. These are all great things to be aware of. The more you can be in gratitude about, the more you will be open to finding a solution. If you're in fear, as your famous quote states, there is no solution in the problem. solution lies outside of the problem. We want to let you know that you've got the facts and figures to find solutions. That's the most important piece to this information today. That's the only takeaway. Run with it. As I'm in a space that I can barely move, let alone run. It's kind of strange because I have these weighted boots on, so the thought of running is just way too much effort right now. At least I made everybody smile. Okay, so what else do we need to know about this? The virus on this planet, because it was AI adaptive, attacked everything, plant, animal, human. Did it attack the soil? Might as well have. It wiped out the vegetation too. Was it able to attack the water? No, it was not. One of the pieces we're looking at. What about mineral world? What about rocks and things on that nature? Not that either. It attacked. It attacked anything with light energy, like anything with chlorophyll, didn't it? Yes. Good catch, Karen. Yes.
So anything
Mark,
that was organic in nature.
Well, but rocks are organic as well. Water is organic. So why didn't it attack those two things? That's what we're still addressing, and we think it has something to do with the keys. Okay, and the good news is that the virus on Earth is only attacking the human species, correct? Correct. That is good news. And we wish to contain what's going on with the COVID virus because we don't want it to morph or adapt to something different. Now, I have a question for you. I was just listening to Greg Braden's information that he came out with, and he said that this virus is dead. It is not a living organism. Correct. The one on Zedren, was that a living organism? It became a living organism when AI joined it. And somehow it gave it life, which we're still haven't uncoded how that happened. Okay. The reason that you're here. Go ahead, Mark.
On the DNA level, quantum DNA level, were there specific DNA codes that were added to it that made it more dangerous and where it spread far beyond it where it has on Earth?
Expansive, yeah.
So what can we do?
The virus in your world is attacking the RNA and then the DNA. This virus, you keyed into something. This virus attacked the DNA first and then the RNA. That is something we've uncovered. We don't know why it shifted it. But once it was in the DNA structure, it just went rampant from what we can tell. So what the most important thing for you to learn here is the differences in a virus that will destroy a planet versus a virus that can be contained and you can heal from. Because Earth and humans' immune systems are strong enough to overcome this. Most of you are strong enough to overcome this. And knowledge is power. And once you understand how to vibrate out of this, you will be able to shift it. And that's the distinction. When you know what you're dealing with, when you know how it affects you, and when you know what's coming forward, you know how to make the necessary changes to alter the results of the situation. So, now that I say all of that, I want to show you something else. We're moving to a different part of the lab and a different monitor. Is this the virus from Zedren? Yes. It looks like a life form. It's literally moving around. It's looking for information. It's correct. Now, let me show you what's happening with the COVID-19 virus. Again, you're looking at a living virus versus a dead virus. Dead virus connects to the cell, and then once it's in there and changes RNA coding, it creates more of itself. And as it creates more of itself, then looks for other receptor points. Okay? So now, how do we stop it from recreating? I guess is the real bottom line here. Yes, we would say the same thing. It cannot recreate and it cannot reproduce itself in a cell, then it cannot continue to affect and infect other cells in your body. Okay, so what is it that we can do? They're showing. Okay, come over here. I get the sense that they're going to show me another video. Okay, this video. And I see a person. The video is showing a person who breathed it in. It breathed in the cell. And where are the keys on it? I thought you said the keys weren't hidden on the COVID-19. They're not. Why can't I see them? Because it's just floating around. It has no keys on it, so it can't attach. It can't connect to a receptor site so that it can create, I think it's a protein that creates an enzyme, something on that nature, and then it creates the RNA, and then it reproduces. But there's no key. There's no receptor on it. Exactly. How do we cause that to happen? Guillee's answering. Karen, Light workers know that they have the ability to create their own world. You have the ability to create how your system works. You can direct yourselves in knowing that there is no receptor available. The healthier you are, if you fill yourself with love, you fill yourself with gratitude and appreciation, what we've been working with you and Mark on before, what we asked you about last month, to send love to every aspect of your body, send love to yourselves. This virus is dead. It wants to kill off yourselves. If you have been eating and drinking foods that have depleted the life in many of your cells, those cells will be susceptible to any virus and any bacteria. The more you empower your cells with health and love and well-being, the more you're in gratitude to your beautiful body, to your beautiful health, the more that you take care of it and you eat foods that are nutritious and you take the right supplements and you do things on that nature. There's enough information going around right now on Earth to show what it is that will keep your cells healthy. Beyond any of that, if you don't even have the money for that, you have the ability to love your body, to love your cells, to bless them every night when you go to sleep and every day when you get up. Just thank your beautiful body and thank your well-being. Thank your healthy cells. And ask your cells in your body only to accept love. Only accept love. Only accept light. And living organisms that empower you. That's what you're seeing in this video. See how the virus just keeps spinning? Because look at this person's thought process. I can see this person is in this video. There's a smile, and it's almost like a meditative state where I'm just seeing light through the body. And this virus is just spinning and now washing out of the system because the keys to it can't connect to the frequency of the healthy cell and the light and love that cell is holding. It cannot attach. Science is saying exactly, that is exactly it. Earth has the capability of doing this. The other planets that we've stopped global pandemics in have done this. You raise the frequency within your body. That is how you do this. Very important. You raise the frequency in your cellular structure, and each of you has the ability to do that. In addition to all of the other guidelines that are going on. But just washing your hands and just sneezing into your arm and not touching your face isn't enough. If your cells are in a condition of lower vibration and health and well-being.
Right.
If you smoke, you will lower the vibration. If you eat processed food, you will lower the vibration of the cell. If you use chemicals, additives, fake foods, fake sugars, fake fats, all of those things lower the vibration of the cells and make them susceptible to all viruses and bacteria. Yes, Mark?
So how is this information being relayed to, for example, President Trump's COVID-19 team as well as the World Health Organization? How is that being relayed to them, and do they have a plan for that to change the food industry and other things as you are alluding to?
Guillee is answering. We are working with the Alliance with this information. The Alliance is getting this information out to your president. However, the changes that need to happen on the planet are not going to happen overnight. Yes, one of your requests was how to move forward after this, through this, beyond this. All of these things will start to change. You will start to move back to a healthier food system. You will start to move back to healthier ways. This is a huge wake-up call. We've seen multiple people call it the Great Awakening, and it is. It is. This awakening will not only alert people to what's going on in your food industry, what's going on in your medical industry, what's going on in your government agencies, what's going on in your biowarfare divisions, your bioengineering, biochemicals. All of this is coming out to be cleaned up and shifted. In the meantime, know that you can do it for yourself. And not only for yourself, you can do it for the planet. You both know, and we've asked you all before, you know how to send this out to the planet. Send love to all cells. Easy way. All biological life, send love. Because the other reason for bringing you here today is to show you what can happen if AI gets involved and it affects other forms of life as well. The more that you embrace everything in love, not just people, not just those that are sick, everything, you will prevent any of the transmutations that morph this into a greater problem. That's what we want to avoid on Earth. That's what needs to change. Like any planet, a situation like this can go in two directions. If it's allowed long enough, it will transition into something different, often worse. You are in the perfect time frame right now on Earth with all of your knowledge as light workers, with all the people who listen and receive this information. So very important to send love to all cells, all structures, all energy. And it's the best containment process and procedures that you could ever do, far beyond washing your hands and sneezing into your arm. Far beyond. Guillee, that makes perfect sense. Thank you.
So how can as a follow-up, the conduit technology that I've been working with, as I was guided to continue with that, as I have, how can that be further adapted or adjusted to do what you are recommending today, which of course we plan on doing as well?
There's no need for adjustment. What you're doing is working. It's working. Just keep doing it. There are a lot of forces that are countering what you're doing. And what you're doing is making a difference. And so momentum. The more you keep it going forward, it just keeps building momentum until it's just going to snowball and shift everything. The prayers, the love you all send is momentum. It gets to the point where you'll hit the tipping point and it'll start going the other direction. You're already at the tipping point. You're at a place where you can easily move beyond this virus if the precautionary steps are kept in place, if containment happens, and if you keep your cells vibrating at a healthy space that doesn't allow for any transmutations. That's what's to know. It's very important to keep this from morphing. Do you understand? I do. I'm crystal
Yes, I understand.
clear.
Thank you.
Good. I'm thanking the scientists. Do you have any other information to share concerning this? No, we do not. We believe, as Guillee does, that Earth is in a good position right now, that if more people become involved in the meditations and sending love and keeping the cells and the vibratory frequency of the cells high, that is what will have this die off. Because the virus is dead, and it only lasts so long unless it's given life by something else. If you maintain the health of cells so that it has nothing to feed on, well, it actually doesn't feed on anything, come to think of it. It doesn't. So that it has nothing to attach to, it will eventually die off and not be a problem. So you have the ability, you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have the know-how. With clarity and education, you can exact the methodology, apply it, and see results quickly. Okay. Very great. Mark, I can't think of another question right now. Can you?
Yes. So how do we get a better handle and educate with the truth about the dangers of the AI so that the governments of the world and so forth will actually do something about it? Because AI is obviously the enemy that needs to be controlled, contained, and then eliminated.
It's only one of the enemies, and it's not the most important enemy at this point on your planet. What's going on right now in this Great Awakening state is there are a lot of humans who have been working to harm Earth and your species. All species, really, in reality. Those are the most important ones to contain at this time. The virus is helping to contain some of that. It's also a smokescreen for that containment to happen. However, it wasn't created as a smokescreen. So please know that. This is a threat. The benefits of the threat is that it will allow many leaders who have been choosing harmful structures, places, people, things to work against humanity's freedom will be taken down. They will be incarcerated, killed, released back to their light, something on that nature. That's just one of the pieces right now. Those beings are more a concern than the AI because they're the ones that are feeding AI. So you take those down and then you don't have the connectors of the AI to the rest of the population. And as long as the population continues to stay in love and focus on love and light and focus on all the good things, then AI will not have the ability to take over as easily. They need someone who doesn't care, who wants to create world problems to connect with. So, again, the key is, hold on. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze. Yeah, so my coughing and sneezing is more of an allergy, guys. It's not. I'm not having anything to do with the virus right now. That's not what's going on for me. Yeah, it's more allergies. Okay, I think I stopped that sneeze. Sorry. Yes, so the point being is that what's going on right now with AI on your planet is minute in comparison to other things. If you get the hosts away, if you get them contained, the hosts that support the AI to be a problem, it will be less of an issue than ever because you will take away the AI hosts. And then it's a matter of the more that you're sending love to the planet, you direct energy. If you direct energy to AI to be something of value, it will be. If you direct AI to be something of negativity and destruction, it will be. So the more you direct energy towards that, the more it can work in empowerment for you, the more that you can move forward as a society with the technology and not the side effects. That's what there is to know about that. And it can actually be a benefit to your planet to have AI without allowing it to become its own live voice. Okay, I understand that. So if it's not feeding on negative beings that are going to promote it for harm, and we keep everything of a higher vibration, AI will adapt to the higher vibration and act accordingly. Well said. That's it. Okay.
Because I remember years ago, we had a situation where with, I think what we called it is Jade Helm, which was an AI computer that they were testing, and how love and light vibration with the galactics, within Earth, with us humans, overcame it and reprogrammed it. How can that be further adapted to as things are right now? It sounds like you're already touching on some of that in what you're saying.
That's exactly it. I mean, what you did with that is what you can do again. You can always do that. So it's utilizing the same method, the same thought process, the same approach over and over and over. And you can contain and control well, not even control. Control's not the right word. Because control is a forceful resistance type process. You want to just keep everything vibrating at a point where AI vibrates there too. That's the real power and key. Now, you're always going to have the greedy people, so you're always going to have to continue to keep the majority of the frequency on the planet at a higher rate. And that's what this Great Awakening is meant to do, because right now there isn't a large enough majority. Yes, there are a lot of light workers. Yes, you're doing some wonderful synergistic ways to maintain energy on the planet. And there needs to be more of it. More and more people waking up and doing what you're doing, and that's when you're going to see a huge shift in everything. Everything.
Yeah, that's why I've been thinking about working with the music industry, and some of my other ideas I have with others that I've talked to, because people are definitely influenced by music, and in both a very positive as well as a negative way. So, and working with those that do it without instruments, simply by the voice itself, is definitely a very potent and powerful way of doing that.
Vibration, vibration, vibration. You've got it. Keep working on the vibration. With that, we are going to say namaste. Thank you for visiting. We have to get back to our work, but we've enjoyed this conversation. Thank you all very much. Is there any parting words or summary that will help us? Karen, I want to take you one more place before we go. Okay. Thank you. Namaste. All right.
Yeah.
We are
just
moving into a different direction.
All right. I want to.
We're already out of there, Mark.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they got it. They got it.
All right.
He's hurrying. We've got to get this complete. I get a feeling of urgency that this needs to.
Okay.
We need to get out of here in a timely manner. All right. So, okay. We're going into another section, another area. Oh, wow. All right. Is this like it's the viewing room. And the planet is just black. It's just black when you look at it. I think that's what I was feeling. And that's why it was so dangerous to be. That's why we couldn't be in the atmosphere. We were stayed in the wormhole. Because the atmosphere is contaminated too, isn't it, Guillee? Yes, Karen, you sensed that correctly. That's why you felt so uncomfortable, because you were literally surrounded by the virus. Wow. Wow, wow. Okay. So what do we need to know from this viewing room? Look, he's giving me a telescope to look through. Is that a plant? Is that greenery? Yes, it is. Life is starting to come back on this planet. How? How is that happening? It's adapted. It's adapted to the toxic environment, and it is working. We're studying the cells of the structures, and they are so strong that this virus cannot affect them, even in the fact that it's an AI-controlled virus. the growth on this planet is coming back even stronger. And what we want you all to know is that we are learning immense information and we're getting immense scientific data from these plants at how their cellular structure is morphing into something so much stronger. This is technology that once we fully understand it, we'll be able to bring to all planets. So that's why else we're so invested to learning more from this switch situation. First of all, to avoid it from happening ever again on another planet or galaxy, because it's moving throughout this galaxy. It's not only this planet. That's why we said we wouldn't bring you back to the Zedren galaxy. We don't want we've literally put a field around it to keep any ships, any beings, anything from getting into this galaxy, because it would bring it back to other galaxies. Fortunately, we found out in time before it spread. But this new evidence of life is just so exciting. There's so many possibilities in this. This is what we wanted you to ultimately understand and have as your takeaway. This is the power of cells to rejuvenate, regenerate, and morph into a greater understanding of its own DNA and RNA. The protein and the enzyme structures in these cells are completely different than anything we've seen before. And it's exciting to see what the new possibilities are that is the aftermath of this horrible situation. And I say that to you. Walk with me. We'll walk back to I don't even know what to call it. I say this to all of you in that Earth is not going through this extreme. Thank energy, thank God, thank creation, thank the Creator, thank whatever you want to thank. You're not in this scenario, and none of the other planets are, thank goodness. I say this to all of you because I want you to understand that no matter what is happening right now, cellularly, there is going to be a counter, an opposite reaction that will unfold a new existence on Earth. The more that you send love and send light and hold that vibration at a higher frequency via music, via toning, via thought, via singing, via dancing, whatever it is that creates a higher vibratory focus, you will have an amazing result. You will have a new creation on your planet. This awakening is going to change almost everything. Your governments, your financial structures, your education, your medical technologies, your communities, the way you interact with each other, the way you express yourselves, the way you come together as families, the way you communicate. Everything will be changed on your planet. And if you hold the focus for the good of that, it is what you will see first and foremost. Don't waste time. going through the negative. Get right to the positive aspects of this. Don't blame anything or anyone. Don't lose sight. The more you focus on blame, the more you focus on you did this, you did that, you create a negative result first. That is not what you want. Focus, focus, focus on the positive. And that's what you will see. That is what there is to know. That is what the takeaway is. We are with you. We are supporting you. We are sending high vibrations. Work with us, and it will work even more powerfully on Earth because your energy is in the mass consciousness. Ours is not. We need you to work with us, and we can help empower this situation. That is the information we have for you today. Thank you for honoring us and being here. Thank you, Taryn, for your willingness to put yourself in this energy and this vortex.
As always, we are sending you and everyone else all the love, appreciation, support, and respect, and I'm looking forward to co-creating with you so that we as the Earth human race will join with the Andromeda Council and the other councils to co-create for the greater good of all of creation, intergalactically and beyond. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. With that, I'm going to end the recording and go through my process to come back, because it's going to be a rather lengthy one, I can tell. So, thank you all for listening. Please, please, please honor this request and join Mark and I and all the light workers in sending love to all cells, all energy. Just see them vibrating in health and well-being so that there is no possible chance of this virus connecting, having a home, and it's easily washed away and destroyed. That's our opportunity, and that will serve us in far greater ways than just this situation. Thank you. Namaste. Goodbye for now.